So what I hear you saying is that that movie has nothing on King Kong.
No.
So Training Days, it's currently streaming on Netflix. This is one that's like I'd been aware of this movie for a bit, in part because of a Robot Chicken sketch, because I'm a true man of culture.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, and I had known about it for a while. I'd seen parts of it on TV, but never watched it all the way through. And I was aware of the fact that, like Denzel Washington won the Oscar for this movie, and it's been not just Robot Chicken, but a lot of people have parodied it. Like, I mean, even Rick and Morty did a little parody of it. There's like a shot in Training Day that they basically just lifted right to Rick and Morty.
As is their wont.
Yes. But well, yeah, I think this movie was obviously Denzel Washington at his most unrestrained, as we were mentioning in the before the show.
Right. Because that's something like the Denzel Washington movies we've ended up seeing. Like, okay, I've never like super impressed is the wrong word, but it's just like he's often very like restrained in his performances, and I think I find myself wondering, okay, what am I missing here?
Yeah.
But I think the movies we've mostly been watching are things like Equalizer 3, where he's an older man, just very kind of comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Um, uh,
What was it?
and just like an established character.
Yeah.
Or what was the other one we did?
Man on Fire.
Man of Fire, that's right.
Yeah.
Where yeah, that's another case where it's just a very restrained, quiet performance. Like I didn't really get to see him going for the fences.
Yeah.
And also, Man of Fire was very much a melodrama.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Meanwhile, his character Alonzo in this one is just like he keeps you guessing, man. It's
Oh yeah. Yeah.
like I don't think I've ever seen him as a villain before or since. I think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, this is one of the few times he's ever played a villain. Yeah. He makes a good villain. I'll give him that.
Yeah, like it makes you wonder why he doesn't try it more often.
Yeah.
Because okay, so Training Day, it does in fact take course over or happen over the course of a single day.
Mhm.
Uh, you have Denzel Washington plays Alonzo, an established narco cop who is training Ethan Hawke's Jake, who is looking to be assigned to the unit. And the second you see Alonzo, you think to yourself, for a guy who is like a narcotics cop, he's dressed an awful lot like a gang leader.
Yeah. Yeah, and that plays well into what we learn more when we learn more about him and later in the movie. Um, yeah, and so basically early on, like you could tell that, like, just the way, like, he's just he makes, like, Ethan Hawke very uncomfortable at the start, because he's making him, like, do things that he just, like, wouldn't do,
Like he cajoles him into trying drugs. It's like, oh,
yeah.
a narcotics officer should love narcotics. That should be in his veins.
Yeah, and of course he tells him that the weed he's smoking is, oh, it's bad weed. It's not very good.
Right?
Um,
I look at all these stems, how immature the plants are. No, this is Mexican garbage.
yeah. Of course, what he doesn't tell Ethan Hawke is when he smokes is that it's also laced with PCP,
Yeah, that's
which
a little unfair to not mention that right up front.
yeah, yeah. Uh, and so yeah, so during the course of the day, like, he's doing all this, like, just stuff that just he's making him very uncomfortable and just really like.
He can't predict what's going to happen any more than we can as the audience.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And then he goes and gets a drug dealer who's played by Snoop Dogg, who's in a wheelchair. And
right, he just cuts a swath through. Like he is, again, like he is 100% just like a pure drug dealer. Like he's shaking people down, stealing money.
Yeah.
There's a girl being assaulted, and Ethan Hawke, of course, he jumps in to try and help, and Alonzo just like he just wanted to see, like, okay, I wonder how well Rookie's going to do in this situation.
Yeah.
Let me get some popcorn, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, but then of course, then things really really escalate when so throughout the movie you hear about, hey, he was in Vegas like a few days before, something happened with a Russian, and you hear it pop up every now and then. And then it really escalates when he meets with these three old white guys who he calls the wise men, and they're like higher up government officials in LA. So it really goes off the radio. They owe, like, he owes the Russians like a bunch of money. He owes like, was it like $3 million?
I forget the exact number, but
yeah.
And early on, it's like, oh, okay, we meet some of his crime associates, and everything seems nice and friendly, and
yeah.
And then, no, not so much. He betrays one of these seeming friends like a dog, returns on like a dog.
Yeah. He, of course, at the beginning of the movie, he tells Ethan Hawke that he's got a wife and 4 kids. And then they go into this other neighborhood, and he's got a side chick with a kid,
played by Ava Mendes. Which you know what, if you're gonna cheat on your wife, that's probably
not a bad way to go.
Yeah, no, right. What I'll say about this movie is that it is you never like doubt the danger that Ethan Hawke is in, like, and it's interesting. Like, okay, so this is clearly like the most corrupt unit in the LA narcotics division.
Yes, yeah.
They are basically a unauthorized gang. Now you can have like some philosophical questions. Are the police just a legally sanctioned gang when you get down to it?
Yeah.
But this is just like blatant. Like all of these cops are just so corrupt.
Oh yeah.
No flinching about lying, about pinning things on people, about like when they go to steal their money, like just they go to steal the money, and they of course kill the witness and say, oh hey, yeah, Rookie did it, because of course because if you have 5 decorated cops say that Rookie did it, he's now complicit and he has to go along. They are trying to like get a 6th man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and yeah, justifiable homicide.
Yep.
Yeah. And what was I going to say? Of course, yeah. The LAPD, they had a long reputation for this kind of thing. This movie came out in 2001, so you're only a few years removed from like OJ and Rodney King and all the other things that the LAPD was being accused of back in the 90s and 80s and 90s.
Right. Not a great reputation in general.
No. So it's kind of, it seems apropos that you would have, just the most corrupt drug cops in all of LA, in this one unit. Yeah.
Yep. I don't necessarily want to spoil the movie too much because I think that people should definitely go give it a watch.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, you just have like a. I mean, he won an Oscar for a reason. Like it's just a powerhouse performance from Denzel.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, like probably the performance of his life, at least from the movies I've seen with him in it.
Yeah, although yeah, I will say like he was really good in Crimson Tide, where yeah, because he had to play off of Gene Hackman, so
Okay, yeah, that always helps.
yeah. I'm trying to remember what Glory was. He also won the Oscar for Glory.
Oh man, I haven't seen that movie since like a part of it in junior high.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a very long time either. But he was great in that movie too. Actually, the whole cast in that movie was phenomenal. Um, but yeah, I mean, this movie was really good. It's the other thing too is it was directed by Antoine Fuqua, who I believe he also did the Equalizer movies,
Okay.
and a few other movies here and there. And David Ayer wrote the screenplay.
Yeah, when I saw that name pop up on the credits, I was like, David Ayer, the
Yeah,
Suicide Squad guy?
yeah. And did all of Jason Statham's movies or his recent movies. Uh,
Right. And I think that isn't necessarily too surprising because I wouldn't say this movie is deep per se. It's like a good showpiece for a bunch of performances,
yeah, yeah.
which that sounds harsher than I would ever intend it to be now that I think about it. Um,
But no. I mean, it's no. I
I was
agree.
like,
Yeah,
well,
like
it's a relatively simple story. It takes place over a constrained period of time. Um, and it's like it kind of plays out the way you would. Actually, you know what? It's not really predictable at all, in the sense that it's like the Dark Knight, where you believe that the worst is going to happen because of the pattern they've established, and then people surprise you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I wasn't expecting the ending that we ended up getting.
No,
I was expecting something more cynical.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The other thing I thought was funny is that okay, so the robot chicken bit, and I had always thought it was so random that they had this movie of all movies mashed up with Godzilla. And it's like, what sense does that make? Like, what does this have to do with Godzilla? And then they get to a line where Denzel shouts, "King Kong ain't got shit on me,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, wait, that line from the Robot Chicken sketch is a direct quote. I was assuming it was like a paraphrase or something.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that scene might have been what got him the Oscar. Just that scene
Yeah,
alone.
but no,
Uh,
like that. Also, just from like a directing perspective, this thing is so creative.
yeah,
There are so many. I always call it like a good sign in a movie that came out before like heavy use of CGI for certain things. Like, how did they do that? Like, just some of the shots, like towards the end where somebody is running to their car and the camera just like pans through a tree or like through a bunch of branches at just like
yeah,
this perfect rate to track his motion. And I just was thinking, okay, how the heck did you do that?
yeah. Just very well established and set an elaborate tracking shot, I guess. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
But like they made use of a lot of interesting color gradients, like when Ethan Hawke is high on PCP, he like the world is green and yellow,
yeah.
and like without having to even like take a look at his face, you know something's wrong because it's like I was thinking to myself, I've never done marijuana, but I don't think that's what the world looks like on marijuana.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Yeah, I'm kind of like, okay, that's not. Yeah, that stuff must have been laced with something, and then sure enough, yeah, he's like, oh yeah, it's PCP. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And also too, like he's wearing. I don't know if you noticed. You look at his eyes, but like their pupils are dilated. I don't know if he was wearing contacts or if they like dilated his pupils. But I thought that was a nice touch too.
Yeah, like this movie is like Nice Touch, the movie.
Yeah. There was a lot of great attention to detail. Yeah.
Yep. So it's just a nice piece of art all the way around.
Yes. Yeah. And as DB said at the beginning of the review, it is currently on Netflix. So definitely give it a watch.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think we've said all we need to say for tonight.
Yes, indeed.